Are luxury products really better than drugstore products when it comes to makeup? On my face right now, I have luxury products on one side and I have drugstore products on the other side. And can you tell which one is which? Well, that's what we are going to be talking about today. I'm going to take 3 products. I'm going to apply 3 drugstore to one side of my face and 3 drugstore to the other side, and then you and I are going to determine if we can tell the difference. Is luxury really worth the price, and does it perform better? We're going to find out. Now, the first one we're going to test today is concealer. Now, I have 2 for us. We've got the e.l.f. ever popular Camo concealer. Everybody raves and raves about this, and there's a huge array of colors. Now, the one that it's going to compete with is the luxury Clarins. This is the Clarins concealer. So let's put them on together, and we're going to determine which one looks better and which one is really luxury or drugstore, and is it really worth it to pay the different price? Okay, let's go. This is so much fun. All right, here we go. This is the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. Now this everybody loves, and I'm going to take a little bit. Now, I've been testing this for quite some time, and a little dab will do you because this is powerful. It is very concentrated, and it's very beloved. This is a medium to full consistency. It has a good body to it. And this has very soft consistency, and as you can see, it's sheer, but you can build this up. Now, on mature skin, when it comes to concealer, less is more, and because you can always add more. Now, this one, I'm going to only apply, what we'll do is let's apply everything drugstore to my right. And then we'll do everything luxury on my left, and then we can make a comparison. All right, here goes our e.l.f. Camo, and I have to really take a little bit because this is powerful, very powerful. So let me put this just on the inner corner, and I'm just going to come down like this. Now, I'm going to apply more than I ordinarily would. That way we can get a real test, and then you and I are going to determine which one looks better. So here is the e.l.f. Camo. I'm going to go ahead and pull it all the way underneath my eye. I don't ordinarily do that, but for this test, why not? So let me apply this all the way, and again, I never do that. Okay, that is the e.l.f. Camo. On the other side, we are going to apply the Clarins. Now this little tube will last forever. And the same pertains to the e.l.f. When you buy a concealer, they really last, especially if you're sparing with them. So I'm going to do a swatch for you of this one to show you the consistency. Now this is what this one looks like. Now, they both actually feel very similar. Let me swatch this one for you. Now, just on my hand right now, I have to say this one feels much more thick than the e.l.f. Camo. There we go. Okay, it feels thicker on my hand, but when I put it on my eye, let's see if we can notice a difference. All right, I'm going to use just the tiniest little bit, warm it up on the back of my hand, and I'm only using my fingers so we get a true reading. If I put a brush on my face, I have rosacea really bad and it really makes it flare up. So using my finger is my best tool. All right, let's put this on this eye, inner corner, and then I'm going to pull it all the way around as we did. So there we have it. We have the e.l.f. on one side, and we have the Clarins on the other. So let me put the caps on. So we have e.l.f. on one side, and we have Clarins on the other. Can you tell the difference? Drugstore and Luxury. All right, the next one we're going to compare is another e.l.f. product. They make just such terrific products, and they really wear nicely on mature skin. They wear nicely on any age group, but particularly on mature skin, these are very popular. So this is their liquid blush. Now the exact name of this one is the Camo. It's the e.l.f. Camo Cheeky. Now this is in Cheeky Lychee or Lychee. Now this is a liquid blush, and the luxury comparison is going to be, I chose the Armani Luminous Silk Cheek Tint. So let's put these side by side. We'll do the e.l.f. first. Let me do a swatch for you. Now this lychee color is real pretty. I chose it because it's kind of universal for all skin tones. It's more on the peach side as opposed to too much pink. So I'm going to swatch this. Oh, super concentrated, so less is more. That's what I mean with these e.l.f. products. They're very pigmented. Now I'm going to really blend that out. That's what that lychee looks like. What Cheeky Lychee, what a cute name. All right, that's what that looks like. Look at that pretty luminescent it has. Isn't that beautiful? And the color when it's sheared out looks very nice. Okay, let's compare that with the Armani, and I'll just put them side by side on my hand. Now this is the Armani Luminous. Very similar, as you can tell, very similar packaging. All right, now this doe foot is different looking. Look at this doe foot applicator. Now I'm going to put one dot over here. Now, when I was pulling product for the test, these aren't identical colors, but once they're blended out, they look very similar. But that's why I wanted you to see and determine between the luxury and the drugstore. The colors are very similar, but let's just see how they look on the skin as well. So let me blend this out. This is here's the Armani right here. Now look at that. There's the e.l.f. There's the Armani side by side. Okay, now we're going to put them on. So as you can see, they both are luminous. They both have good pigment. And they're both stunning, very nice colors that would complement a numerous array of skin tones. All right, here we go with the test. I'm going to put this, now, oh, I forgot to show you, this is what the doe foot looks like on the e.l.f. Very nice, nice and fat. But with these kind of products, you have to be very sparing when you put them on. And so put them on, just a tiny dot, because you can always add more. When you apply too much, it's harder to remove a mistake than to add a little more color. All right, I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my hand there of the e.l.f. Cheeky Lychee. All right, let's see how it looks applied. I know this is even going to be too much. I can probably tell you. All right, here we go. I'm going to do one dot. How about that? I'm going to do one dot right there, because I can add more. So when I apply this, I normally keep it up high, right here. I don't have cheekbones to speak of, so I try to find the bone there. And let's blend that in. Now let's see how luminous it looks. Now I don't think I need any more. Look at that. I didn't even use any of it hardly. I mean, this is just so amazing. Oh, it did pick up when I touched my hand. It picked up more than I wanted, but that's okay. All right, that is the e.l.f. Cheeky Lychee on this side. All right, lovely color. Now let's put the Armani on the other side. And once again, it has a very different looking doe foot. I'm going to put a little bit on my hand, warm it up, and then let's apply. So do you have a favorite e.l.f. product, or do you have a favorite high-end product that you have put them side by side and realized that one was quite different from the other, or one outperforms the other? And you know, when you're paying a lot of money for these products, is it really worth it? That's the big question of the day. All right, let's check this one out. Now I'm going to apply a tiny bit. I've been rubbing and rubbing and trying to get less off my finger. So I'm going to apply that right here on this side. Let's get that going. Applying, and I'm pressing this into the skin. I'm never rubbing this way, but I'm just pressing that over here as we did on the other side. And we're going to see if the Luxury and the Drugstore, what looks better. Okay, I think I have enough. Now I have the Armani on my left side, and I've got the e.l.f. on the right. Okay, we're not done yet. Now our third one we are going to test, the third product today, I chose one of my favorite products I use from the drugstore is Wet n Wild. These multi-sticks are absolutely universal. In your makeup collection, if you've never tried one of these, this is a must buy for anybody, regardless of age, mature skin, young skin, it doesn't matter, because you can use these as an eyeshadow, as an eyeliner, as an inner corner highlight. I like to use this as an inner corner highlight. And oh, by the way, this color is Peachy Crush. That's this color. Now this one, they have so many actually. They've got some really wild and crazy colors. And then my favorites is, I believe there's a white like a pearl. And then I love this one. This is my favorite, and I've been using it for years. But I love it this way, and I'll show you. And the other eye stick I'm going to compare the Luxury with will do the same, and I'll let you decide. What I ordinarily use this for is an inner corner like this. I'll put a tiny dot, and then I press it in just to give a little brightness to the inner corner of my eye. And it's so subtle, but it makes a really brightening effect on an eye, especially if you have mature eyes. The more lifting and brightening and help we can get, why not? But that's what I love this for, and it's so simple. And I always press, you know, but that's all I have to do. I'm going to do, oh, that's right, I'm going to put the other on the other eye, so I can't. So let me show you what else I use this for, is for underneath my eye. Sometimes I line up, sometimes I put shadow underneath. On the days that I choose not to put shadow underneath my eye, I like to use sticks like this for a little something under the eye to connect and make the eye look whole, but it really is a great brightener as well. It lifts and brightens. Now watch. I'm going to take this, and sometimes I get jazzy and I pull it out right there, because if you're outside in the sun and you turn your face like this, it's not noticeable, but there's a little something extra that it adds to your eye. So that's it. It's so simple. Now, the Luxury comparable to that one that I chose for you is the Laura Mercier. Now this color is Intense Moonlight. And of course, the price point difference between these products is significant. In the description, I will put the exact price point today of what the drugstore product cost and what the Luxury product cost. Now let's look at this. I do the same thing with this particular product. Now this Intense Moonlight is so nice. This has a little bit more taupe in it, but I do the same thing with it. I use it exactly the same as I use my Wet n Wild. So I'm going to put this one on this side. Again, inner corner, little bit. I'm going to press that in. It's so small, but it really makes your eyes sparkle a little bit. All right, let's put some underneath. And I'm going to pull it out like I did the other eye. Now, because this color is a little deeper than my Wet n Wild, it might show more. But I still put this underneath my eye. Often, I put this on the inner corner, just as I do the Laura Mercier. Now, we have a full side-by-side. We have done our concealer. Now, can you tell the difference? Please put in the comments if you notice. If you didn't know me and you were standing in front of me, would you be able to tell that I have the e.l.f. Camo on this eye and Clarins concealer on this side? Now, you tell me if you can tell the difference. Now, as far as my feeling goes, they feel identical. I can't tell one from the other. One is not more drying. One does not crease. So if you're looking for a drugstore item that performs just as well, if not better, than a luxury product, this is it, which is why I couldn't wait to share this with you today. I've been testing these two against each other. I was trying to find the perfect matches for you, and this is it. This e.l.f. Camo Concealer not only is just as good as my Clarins, it actually outperforms it, because the Clarins, after about 5 hours, this one will start to crease a little bit under my eye. Guess what? The e.l.f. does not. So this is an exact example of where drugstore outperforms luxury. All right, that was the first one. The second one was our blush. Now, when it comes to the blush, here is our Armani. Let me put my hair back. Here's the Armani on this side. And as far as color goes, what do you think? Do you think these colors even match? You know, once something's applied to the skin and it warms up, you can get a better reading of it. But here is the e.l.f. Cheeky Lychee on this side. Now, can you tell, if you did not know me, one from the other? Would you be able to determine one's from the drugstore and one is not? Luxury, drugstore. Can you tell the difference? Okay. And our final one is an eye brightening. It's a technique that I use if I don't want to like connect my eye color from the top to the bottom. If I just want lift that day, I will put a lighter color underneath my eye to brighten. And this Intense Moonlight by Laura Mercier is one of my favorites. And I have that on this eye. And I have the Wet n Wild on my right eye. Now, can you tell the difference if you were standing in front of me? Luxury, drugstore. Thank you for spending time with me today, and I can't wait to see you again in the next video. And if there's something you want me to test against the other, I'm on it. And if there's anything else that you want me to make a video about, I'd love to honor that for you. I'll see you soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day.